What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're exploring the 15 most colorful villages on the planet, from rainbow houses in Italy to blue-painted streets in Morocco. These places are so vibrant you won't believe they're real. Imagine stepping into a real-life painting. Every building a different brilliant color. If you love travel and adventure, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out. Let's get this journey started. Our first stop is Burano, a tiny island just a short boat ride from Venice. Every house here is painted a different, incredibly bright color. Fishermen once painted their homes so they could spot them in the fog. The canals reflect these colors, making Burano even more magical. Burano is a 10 out of 10. On to the next one. From the rainbow of Italy, we're flying over to the mountains of Morocco, to a place that looks like it was dipped in a giant bucket of blue paint. This is Chefchaouen, famously known as the Blue City. The blue is said to have a cooling effect, which makes sense in the hot Moroccan sun, but it also creates this serene, almost magical vibe. There are a few theories about why the city is blue. Some say it was painted by Jewish refugees in the 1930s to symbolize the sky and heaven. The locals are incredibly friendly, and the streets are filled with the smell of spices and leather goods from the small shops tucked into the blue walls. Chefchaouen is proof that sometimes, all you need is one color to create something truly unforgettable. Next up, we're heading down to the southern tip of Africa, to Cape Town, South Africa. Nestled at the foot of Signal Hill is a neighborhood that explodes with color and culture. Bo-Kaap. This place is famous for its brightly colored houses and cobblestone streets. Bo-Kaap is historically the home of the Cape Malay community, descendants of slaves brought over from Malaysia, Indonesia, and other parts of Africa and Asia in the 16th and 17th centuries. When they were finally able to buy their homes, they painted them these brilliant colors as an expression of their freedom and identity. The colors are a reflection of the vibrant spirit of the people who live here. This place is a testament to freedom and identity, painted for the whole world to see. We are now flying to the heart of the Thar Desert in Rajasthan, India, to a city that will, honestly, just take your breath away. This is Jodhpur, but it's better known as the Blue City. The tradition of painting houses blue was originally started by the Brahmins, the priestly caste, to distinguish their homes. Walking through the narrow, chaotic streets of the old city is an adventure in itself. The blue of Jodhpur glows with a special intensity under the hot Indian sun. Jodhpur is more than just a colorful city. It's a living piece of history. Let's jet over to South America, to the vibrant capital of Argentina, Buenos Aires. We're heading to a neighborhood that is pure energy and color La Boca. The buildings here are made of wood and corrugated metal, and they are painted in every bright color you can possibly imagine. It's an explosion of primary colors that feels like you've walked into a modern art painting. But La Boca isn't just about the colors, it's the birthplace of the tango. The combination of the ramshackle, brightly painted buildings and the passionate, fiery tango creates an atmosphere that is uniquely Argentinian. This next one is, honestly, one of the most unique stories you will ever hear. We're in Andalusia, Spain, in a small village that used to be one of the famous white villages of the region. But in 2011, everything changed. This is Juzcar, and as you can see, it's not white anymore. It's completely, totally, and utterly blue. The promotion was a huge success, and tourists started flocking to this tiny remote village. It's a quirky, fun, and surprisingly beautiful place to visit. Get your sunglasses ready because we're heading to the Caribbean. We're on the island of Curaçao in its capital city, Willemstad. This place honestly looks like a little piece of Amsterdam was dropped in the tropics and given a vibrant pastel makeover. The waterfront strip, called the Handelscade, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it's lined with the most beautiful Dutch colonial buildings painted in shades of pastel pink, blue, yellow, and green. The Queen Emma Pontoon Bridge, a floating bridge that swings open to let ships pass, connects the two sides of the city. The colors are so cheerful and bright, they perfectly match the laid-back, sunny vibe of the island. Willemstad is pure happiness in city form, a perfect tropical paradise painted in the colors of a sunset. Our next stop takes us to Indonesia, to a village that really proves that a little bit of paint and a lot of community spirit can create something truly magical. This is Kampung Pelangi, which literally translates to Rainbow Village. And just a few years ago, this place looked completely different. It was a rundown, slum-like village in southern Java. But then, a high school principal had a brilliant idea. Inspired by other colorful towns, he proposed a radical makeover. This village literally painted itself a brighter future. And it's one of the most inspiring places I have ever been. We're heading way up north now, to the easternmost city in North America, St. John's, Newfoundland, in Canada. This city is known for its rugged coastline, foggy weather, and incredibly friendly people. But it's also famous for something else. It's Jelly Bean Row. This isn't just one street. It's a nickname for the rows of colorful Victorian houses that you can find all over the downtown area. Jelly Bean Row is a perfect example of how color can create a strong and joyful identity for a place. We're going back to Italy, but this time to a lesser-known gem in the Bay of Naples. Forget Capri for a second, because we're visiting the island of Procida. This place is an absolute dream. As your ferry approaches the main harbor, Marina Coricella, you're greeted by one of the most beautiful sights in all of Italy. A cascade of houses, seemingly stacked on top of each other, tumbles down the cliffside to the water, and they are all painted in the most beautiful pastel colors. Procida is the epitome of Mediterranean beauty. Next, we're flying down the coast of South America to the port city of Valparaiso, Chile. This city is not just colorful, it's a living, breathing work of art. Known as the Jewel of the Pacific, Valparaiso is built on a series of incredibly steep hills, or cerros, overlooking the ocean. The houses cling to the hillsides in a chaotic, beautiful jumble, and almost every single surface is covered in vibrant color, from the buildings themselves to the stairways and retaining walls. Valparaiso has a bohemian, gritty, and creative soul. Valparaiso is a masterpiece in progress, painted on the canvas of a city. We're staying in South America for this next stop, heading to the stunning lake region of Colombia. This is the town of Guatapé, and it might just be the most intricately decorated place we've visited yet. Every single building in the town center is painted in a riot of bright, cheerful colors. But what makes Guatapé truly special are the zócalos. These are three-dimensional, brightly painted panels that adorn the lower half of almost every house and shop. It's the perfect way to appreciate this incredible place. We are making our third and final stop in Italy, and honestly, we've saved one of the most famous for last. This is Cinque Terre, which means 5 lands. It's a string of 5 ancient seaside villages clinging to the cliffs along the Italian Riviera. Each of the 5 villages, Monterosso al Mare, Vernazza, Corniglia, Manarola, and Riomaggiore, is a cluster of colorful houses that seem to defy gravity, stacked one on top of the other down to the turquoise water. The combination of the natural beauty of the cliffs and sea with the man-made beauty of the colorful villages is simply perfect. Cinque Terre is a true Italian masterpiece. Let's head back to South America for our second-to-last stop, to the city of Salvador in Brazil. We're in the historic heart of the city, a neighborhood called Pelourinho. This place is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, and it is just an absolute explosion of color. The entire neighborhood is a maze of steep cobblestone streets lined with beautifully restored colonial-era buildings, and every single one is painted a different, brilliant color. Pelourinho has a very deep and complex history. The colors feel like a celebration of life, resilience, and freedom. It's a colorful, musical, and spiritual journey into the heart and soul of Brazil. For our final and possibly most ambitious, colorful location, we're going to Pachuca, Mexico. Here, we're not just looking at a row of houses or a single neighborhood. We're looking at an entire hillside that has been transformed into one single gigantic mural. This is the macro mural of Palmitas, and it is one of the largest murals in the world. The project was about more than just aesthetics. It was a social project designed to bring the community together and change the image of a neighborhood that had a reputation for crime and poverty. The macro mural of Palmitas is the ultimate example of the transformative power of color and art. And that is a wrap. We've explored some of the world's most colorful, vibrant villages, from the rainbow canals of Burano to the giant mural of Pachuca. Thank you for joining me on this adventure. My hope was to bring a little color and joy to your day, and I really hope we did that. If you enjoyed this journey, please subscribe and join our community. Let me know your favorite village in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace out.